And at this point, it comes.
Welcome back, and welcome back, my people. What's poppin'? Us, never that you already know vibes. You know it's your boy Ray Cruz, bringing to you another segment series of Untitled Opinions. And who asked you? Let me turn down this TV a little bit. I think you still hear. Oh, there goes that. Well, welcome back, everybody, to some titled opinions. See how this goes today. Last time I cut it short, I didn't mean to cut it that short. I think I didn't cut it short. You know what it was? I was ending the series, or I was ending the live, and I ended the live a little too quick instead of ending the live, correctly. Like, hey, I'm leaving the live, and have a good night, and thank you for tuning in. I just cut you guys off. You know what I mean? Rude. Rude. I don't know. I think I had something caught in my throat or something. Pause. But anyways, let me go ahead and get my screen shared here, huh? Yeah. Let's go ahead and share this screen here. Let's go ahead and share this screen here. Next time I'm gonna do a I'm gonna do an intro song. You know what I mean? So I can get my intro in. Feel me? But anyways, before we tune into that, before we tune into this is how I get the topics for my Who Asked You. You know what I mean? Because currently, right now, I'm not broadcasting my face, so you're just hearing my voice. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Anyways, let's get to it. Let's get to it, man. How was your weekend, people? You know what I mean? We made it through another weekend. That's really how I see it. We made it through another weekend safely. Nobody got hurt. At least nobody I know. Shout out to anybody that did get hurt, man. You know what I mean? I hope you get better if you did get hurt. Not shout out to you, but you know what I mean. If you got hurt over the weekend, bummer. I hope you're getting better. Hope you're rehabilitating and all that good stuff. So my weekend was good. I had a family reunion. I've never been to a family reunion, so this was my first one. It's kind of cool. We did some video, not video games, but like some videos of us, doing the cha cha or the line dance, whatever they call that. When everybody follows everybody around and they go around. So they was doing that during the Haitian songs and what else they did? They did musical chairs. That was a little different. It wasn't really different, but I was like, okay. They did musical chairs. They had these big ass domino pieces. I wasn't gonna play with that because who was holding that big piece of wood as a domino? You know what I mean? They had a bouncy house for the kids, which is good because I brought my daughter and shit. So I was like, thank goodness. I would hate to bring my kid to an establishment, not even establishment, like a family function, and there's like nothing for the kids to do. And mind you, I'm going to this family event. I've never actually seen or hung out with this side of the family. So it was all brand new for me and my daughter. So I had to go in there and break the ice for both of us. You know what I'm saying? Go in there, introduce myself, and then introduce her. I had to help her mix and mingle with the kids, and I even played tags with them. Play tag with them. Yeah, after like two or three, I was tired. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, why am I sweating back here with kids? Let me chill out. But anyways, it was a good turnout. The weather was nice. It was all the way in Long Island. I don't know if any of y'all been there. Long Island is really nice. I would definitely go there, or I would definitely live there. Where my family lived, it was like right across the street from like the supermarket, which I thought was like very convenient. I'm like, Jesus, ain't that convenient for you? Like that's so lit. You need to go do grocery shopping? Here you go. It's just a few steps across the street. The only problem you probably have is like lugging the lugging the groceries across the street. I'm pretty sure you can just push the carriage into a certain mile. You know what I mean? But whatever the case may be, it was good. The food was okay. I had some burgers. I wasn't supposed to be eating no bread. Seems like I have some type of like bread or a gluten allergy or some wheat allergy. So I knew I wasn't supposed to be eating the bread, but I ate the bread anyways because I was like, "Yo, fuck it. What's the worst that can happen?" And boom, I was getting allergies. I was having an allergy attack at least. But anyways, you know, it was a good turnout. Wasn't that bad. Let me adjust my mic here. I had to clear my voice there, or I had to clear my throat there. Can you hear me now? Yeah. All right. Good. Good. That's good. So, anyways, let me get this mic a little closer. So, yeah, the family function was cool. It wasn't that bad. Could have been worse. The open bar was great. That's why I really like to have family functions when it's like open bar because I could drink all day. But me personally, I had like 2 drinks, possibly 3. Played with the kids. I even took a nap. It was bright outside. I took a nap in my car. Woke up. It was dark, and they were still partying. Normally, a lot of my family functions on my mother's side of the family, they end like around like 2, 3 in the morning. This one ended like around 11, 12. But again, it started at like 1 o'clock. So that being said, it was good. It was a good turnout. And like I said, the drive was far. So thank goodness it didn't last at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because who's trying to drive around those times? You feel me? And driving in New York is just so trash, man. They got all these cameras and these lights and these speed limit things, man. It's like fucking driving Miss Daisy, man. You gotta go 12, 25 miles per hour. Even if you even breathe past that, they're gonna flash your license and send you a ticket. It's ridiculous, man. Like who in New York thought about that? I'm not saying it's not a bad idea, you know what I mean? But come on. Is that really helping everybody? It definitely is, but it's not helping me. It's not helping the out of towners that come to this town and don't really know about the rules. And if they do know, it's like, Jesus, I'm so used to driving at a certain miles per hour in my neighborhood. Like coming here, it's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? But what are you gonna do about it? It was a good turnout, the family event. They had 2-day function, they had the barbecue, and then they had the brunch the next day. Got to see some of my cousins back in the hood. You know, New York when they sell weed, man, it's so different. I always grew up. Oh man, I don't know if YouTube's gonna ban me for this. I always grew up idolizing, Massachusetts 420. You know what I mean? When you get 420 from, Massachusetts, that stuff is good. You know what I mean? It's some of the best. When I used to go to New York to get 420, some haraka, it'll sell you some trash. You'll be like, yo, oh my goodness, what is this? They got brown and greens. I'm like, come on, you're putting this brown stuff in their lungs. This is detrimental to society. Don't you think so? And they take it. They're not stressed about it. They don't really care. They have customers who are glad to purchase that 420. But anyway, to my point, New York has a lot of these weed shops. That I'm trying to figure out what's the difference between a weed shop and a dispensary. And when I say this, I'm only saying this because when I look at the dispensaries in Massachusetts, they don't let you do half the stuff that these weed shops in New York let you do. Like the weed shop in New York has like groceries and some food and candy snacks, some stuff you could buy as well over the counter. For the dispensaries around here in Massachusetts, the only thing you could buy over the counter here is just more THC stuff or more edibles or wraps and papers and lighters. You know what I mean? They don't really sell candy or anything like that in the dispensaries here in Massachusetts. But the weed shops in New York, man, these people, man, they're doing their due diligence, you know. And I applaud them because you got a weed shop there in New York. You go there, purchase your 420 or purchase your weed, and you may even spark it there. Some of the spots let you. They even spark it there. Some people are even, testing the product out while you're there to let you know how it is. Which I'm like, okay, cool. It's like an environment we got. Is that good? Is that strain actually good before I purchase it? You know, that makes for a good thing because sometimes you go to the dispensaries out here, people are like, I don't know, I don't really try that. I don't really try these. I'm like, I need to be sold on some of these products. If not, I'm just gonna buy what I want to buy. I always thought people who work at these establishments are trying to sell you a product instead of just taking my money at my hand, which you can. I don't have a problem with that. You can take the money too. Fuck it. Fuck it. If you want to just take the money instead of trying to upsell me, then cool. So be it. I'm just saying. The weed shops in New York, man, are just different. You know, you can bargain a price out there for the bud you're getting. And these dispensaries in Massachusetts or dispensaries outside of these towns, nah, it's not. It's not like that. The price is what it is, and then it's tax. That's the difference between. That's the only difference I've seen between the dispensary and the weed shop. The weed shop, there's no tax. The dispensary, they're taxing you. You know, I don't know if they're taxing you because of the glass that it comes in, but they're taxing you. And if you use your car, they're even rounding up and then give you the difference. Some craziness like that. It is crazy, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do about it? Those shops are closing down and some of them are staying open. I see it as the community is now getting a way of making money somehow without having to stay on the corners, and causing trouble, which is good. I see it as for some reason a lot of these corner stores are not owned by the people that live in their community or who have lived in that community for such a long time. They're not owned by you. They're owned by the people who possibly came here for a year or two, and they own it. And that's unfortunate. But what's happening now is a lot of these people who lived in this neighborhood are now owning and putting up these weed shops. You know, they're figuring out a way for them to get in the door. The door is crept open for them, and they're getting through. Which I congratulate them because it's their neighborhood, it's their community. I'm all for development. You know what I mean? Who decided for all these Chinese stores on your block? You know what I mean? Who decided for all these liquor stores on your block? You know what I mean? So I applaud that you got weed shops over there. You know what I mean? At least it's something that the community is running. You got your own little weed shop and you're selling candy and all that. That's cool. You may not be paying taxes on it, which is a bummer because I'm a tax abiding citizen. I always tell people that, man. I'm a tax abiding citizen. You know, that's what puts us all in the bucket. Do you pay taxes? Yes. Then you're in the same rally as me. You don't pay taxes, bro. What are you doing that you don't pay taxes? So you out here just fucking me? Pause. I don't mean to, I don't want YouTube to cancel me. I don't. You out here just doing me? You just taking from me, man? That's crazy. I pay taxes. You should pay taxes. There's no difference. You know what I mean? You're no different from me. You're not special. You might have different taxes you pay, but you still get taxed. I don't give a damn. As long as you got to pay taxes, then that's what it is. You got to pay taxes. Don't play around with me. You know what I mean? That's what makes us all the same. These taxes. I don't care what color you are, sex, gender, or who you even go to sleep with. Do you pay taxes? Do you? Yeah? Great. You're just like me then. All right, so here's my problem. Taxes are too much. You know what I mean? Taxes are too high. That would be my problem. That would be my problem. But anyways, continuing on. Continuing on. You know what I noticed over the weekend, man? Uh, a lot of Caribbean DJs. I swear, I don't know how they get hired. This guy was he put a blend on, and the blend was like, I don't know how to interpret this so everyone can understand. It was like a Haitian song, a Haitian beat with LL Cool J singing "I Need Love" in the background. It was ridiculous, and you could see my face in at the family reunion. Like, what the hell is this? Like, what kind of blend is that? You know, some people should take pride in the work they do and the work that they provide. So sometimes when I hear these mixes these DJs make, I'm like, Jesus Christ, you could have kept that mix to yourself. Who liked that? Who was like, yeah, man, that was a great mix, man. I can't believe you blended those two songs together. Who would have thought? Nobody. You know what I mean? Nobody said it. But your crazy ass did it anyways. And that's one thing I noticed. I was like, man, that DJ was trash. I could have DJ'd that party myself. You know, I could have been on the ones and twos spinning the mix. playing the tunes, getting us all hype. But what can I do? But enjoy it. I definitely did enjoy it. It was cool. Going to New York is always good. But let's continue on. Continue. I don't understand, or you want to hear my untitled opinion? I don't believe. It's not that I don't believe. I don't see the fairity. Not, you know what? Let me take that back. I think it is fair. I think it is fair if you're going through. So let me start this off. So someone I know was in a relationship or was talking to these two people were talking, all right? And whatever happened, they stopped talking. Now they are trying to rekindle this little flame or relationship, whatever they're trying to rekindle. But in the same sense, one person is asking or being more aggressive, this time around on the approach and how they do things. And the approach and and the approach reciprocated was like, oh man, the person was like, I don't know why this person's, talking to me like that, or approaching the situation as if we haven't, dated or been together before. And my honest untitled opinion, I was like, it's fair for a person to ask for certain things because it's a 50-50. If you guys broke this thing off or it wasn't going the way one person wanted or the other person, whatever has it be, and then you guys try to come back. Yes, the other person or one person may say that, this time around they wanted to go this way, and they have all right to say that. you know they have all right to say, hey, this time around I need a little more respect or a little more communication or a little more of this. They have all the right to say that. And then in the same sense, you have all the right to oblige or not to oblige to it. You know what I mean? You can just say forget it. You can simply say, you know oh man, I didn't think this was going to be, what it was coming back. I just want to be friends, or you know what, never mind. you know I believe that's what you could do, because it's not that I'm saying it's unfair, but sometimes relationships can be a little awkward, or they can not be awkward. Sometimes they could be on a playing level where you're just not ready to play that game. You know what I mean? There's some instances where you feel as though your ex or the person you dealt with did this before, and then you accepting them back, is not the standard for you anymore. A lot of people believe that, but some people also believe like, oh, me accepting her back, she needs to try more. He needs to try more. They need to do something different, and that's just the game. And that's, I call it a game because that's really what it is. If me personally, if you go back to somebody, I think you have to realize that this person has those flaws. Can you make them better or have them adjusted or see what they, I don't think so. Unless that person genuinely wants it, or unless that person genuinely believes it too, then no, that person's gonna be like that person because that's what they are. That's how a lot of us are programmed. You know what I mean? Like they said, you can't change everybody, You can attempt to. You can try and see if they want to see it this way, but ultimately people are going to choose what they believe because we're human. We're free to believe what we want to believe. We're free to go wherever we want to go. So with that being said, sometimes when you go back with your ex, or you go back with somebody that you used to deal with, sometimes that's coming back with more baggage that was in the previous relationship that you already had with that person, or just more baggage, from other places as well. And that's all right. It's always all right to understand that some people have those baggages, because at the end of the day, you either want to deal with them or you don't. You know, you don't have to. You don't have to deal with anybody. You can choose to be alone if you want to, but then that road, I believe, is a road tired, a road lonely. I don't think anybody honestly wants to be alone. I think people like their alone time, but I don't think they actually want to be alone because it's boring. You know, when it all boils down to it, that shit is boring to be alone. You know. Anyways, continuing on. That's just my entitled opinion. You know, I believe in my untitled opinion, if someone does something bad to you, whether it's in a relationship, friendship, it's on you if you're going to allow that person to come back into your life, because you have to understand human beings are going to be human. Because that person made a mistake or did something you didn't like, it does not subject them to the future of not doing this type of thing again, or something of the same matter or something similar in the future. So you have to understand when dealing with human beings that, if you want to, even if you want to say, if someone crossed you and then you're like, oh, it's all right, man, I understand what happened, we can still be friends. You have to understand somewhere down the line they could cross you again. You know what I mean? People cross people a lot, and it happens. It's something you have to be prepared for. That's why if you've heard before in other podcasts, I was explaining, the Bible is a good story. It's a book with a lot of guidelines. So in that story, Jesus even got crossed. It just happens. Humans are going to be humans. I don't think I don't want to say that I don't think they do it intentionally, because some people do it intentionally, but some people do it unintentionally because they don't know how to operate or how to move like you want them to move. We all move in our own sequence, or we all move in our own way. So you can't expect someone to move like you unless they grew up like you, or y'all came up together every day. Then maybe, but generally, nah, man, that's hard. You know, you have to understand that it's a possibility to happen again. You know, it's a possibility for it to happen again. Even if the person doesn't cross you in a deadly way or a bad way, it's just something that just left a bad taste in your mouth. You have to understand, if you let that door back open, it could happen again. You know, it's a possibility. Just like winning the lottery is a possibility. It's a possibility. A lot of how people act is a possibility. So you always have to leave that thought there, that it's a possibility that this stuff can go left, or it can go right as well. You always have to have that possibility thought. Yeah, like this can go always left, or this can go right. You know, I'm not saying to say to always think negative, because that's horrible to think negative. Who's out here? In my entitled opinion, is if you're thinking negative, then you are the issue. You know, you are the issue. Off topic, real quick. A lot of times I scroll through Instagram and I see these posts that people put up, and I always ask myself, why do you post these things? Do you post it just for a click? You know, and I understand if you're posting just for a click because you want to, your account to reach a certain amount of clicks and follows. But after a certain while, or after a certain time, as a human being, you have to sit back. And I believe I believe, that's just my belief. A lot of us are sitting back and wondering, like, why are we seeing these posts and then no one's ever doing anything about it? Like, we've seen a lot of instances where cops are killing people and shit, you know what I mean? And people are recording it. That's the fad now, something's happened, pull out your phone. Even so be that's the new thing, to pull out your phone and record it. I'm cool with that, I'm saying, somewhat cool with it. But in the same sense, I believe you have to voice yourself in that situation as well. Don't just pull out your phone and record. Pull out your phone, pull out your phone, record, and voice your opinion. Say what you want. What's the worst that can happen? You already pulled out your phone and an incident's already occurring. You know, state your real, honest opinion of what's fucking going on. I saw something in the post where, you know, um, a group of people, look like a group of white people, were telling these black kids, these black little kids, that they couldn't be in a certain area, and they were laughing, saying, haha, little nigger. And again, I always said, like, calling black people nigger, I don't understand if that's like a derogatory statement anymore. Like, we're in 2024, like, You have to think hard, and then it's like it depends on how you say it. But me personally, you could say the term, and I would just look at you because at the like I said before, at the end of the day, you pay taxes. Don't you pay taxes just like me? You're no different from me from calling me a nigger or anything else in this derogatory statements or words you can say because at the end of the day, you pay taxes. You're fucked just like me. You know, you're no better or no richer than fucking anyone I know or fucking anybody you know. You're just in the same boat as me. The only thing you're just trying to differentiate is just the color of your skin, which still then doesn't do nothing because that color of your skin has to pay fucking taxes on this land. So you're fucked. You're just being ignorant, which is okay because ignorance is bliss. But anyways, back to it. These people were telling these kids not to be at this park, wherever they were at. And, you know, they were barricading them and police were there too, whatever the situation. But you can see someone recording it. And then someone obviously took that recording and put it on the gram. So in the comments, I'm like, what's the point of this? You know, why not give us the location of where such things are happening so we can diffuse it or we can eradicate it or we can come to a conclusion for it not to happen again. Stop boggling me with feeds on my Instagram with shit that doesn't want that, you know, you don't want to solve or provide a solution to. And I believe that's what a lot of my Untitled, that's what a lot of Instagram is. A lot of unsolved doesn't want to be solved solutions. You know, we see a lot of that shit on Instagram. And that shit is just tiring, you know. You see a situation like that. Like I said, we don't need you to go out there and shoot and kill and stab and all that. But bro, you need to correct and rectify that situation. If it's their place to rally and do that stuff, okay. You don't. There's no need for you to talk to little kids. These are little kids. They're innocent. These are innocent little kids. No one's talking to your innocent little kids like that, no matter where they're going. I'm pretty sure white people can talk to white people crazy, like, well, I'm really more white than you. You know what I mean? But who says that? You know, I'm pretty sure there's a class of whiteness, you know, and a lot of these, a lot of white people are probably looking at these guys like fucking ignorant trash white people. That's probably what they're looking at. I'm like, there's probably some, you know, battle that they're having amongst each other where they're saying like, you know, some of us aren't right, which we're all in every culture of society, a lot of us are saying, whether it's white, Spanish, you know, black, whatever this culture or their, you know, race is, they all have problems. We're all human, you know. But the ignorance sometimes is just hilarious because like at this point we're like, man, are we? I always believe racism will always, you know, survive because it makes a lot of money, you know. But when there's other issues at hand, you have to ask yourself, man, are you really still battling this racist fight, man? Because there's a lot of other issues at hand. It ain't the black people that's causing you a problem. It isn't the black people you know, running into your neighborhood. It isn't the black people that are changing the laws. It isn't the black people that are putting in the new president. It isn't the black people that are sending money to other countries to fund them for their wars and their sickness and health. It's not the black people that are doing any of this. You know, we're not. I don't speak for all of them, but we're not doing that. So at this point, I believe we have a different battle to battle. You know, you're no longer fighting racism, and if racism is the problem, talk to your, you know, talk to your government, man. Because again, I pay taxes just like you pay taxes, and look what the government went and did. You said there was a problem with black people. The government went and opened the door for foreign for foreign nations to come here with no problem. So you can't rally with people and say you hate black people because that's just insane at this point. At this point, if you shouldn't hate black people, you should hate the way your people are acting now. You should be like, Jesus Christ. If it can't be that, you know, black people are the problem. Some of these white people are doing something that you don't like. You know, the black people can ask for whatever they want to ask for, but the white people have to give it to them. You know, in the government aspect. And if that happens, what are you doing about it? You're just rallying, saying, "Well, we still don't like black people." Who gives a fuck? They're changing laws. Black people are still at the bottom of the fucking totem pole. You're still kind of up. You're about to be at the bottom of the fucking totem pole with us. I'll tell you that right now. The way America's shaping out, white and black people, white Americans and black Americans will be at the bottom of the fucking totem pole if they keep this fucking shit going on. If they keep this shit going on, the white American, whatever they call it, white American, whatever they call it, black American, will be on the bottom of the totem pole. You know, it'll be everybody else, and then you guys. Whatever laws you had set forth will be changed because people are coming in here and changing these laws in the masses. Soon, everything you known and grew up on and read in history will be eradicated soon. Will be done and changed. They have waves of people coming in, changing all type of shit for good and for worse. That's just my untitled opinion. You know, if he was asking, that's just my untitled opinion. You know, this, like I said, racism is a cash cow, so they're making great money off of that. But the battle is beyond that at this point. You know, it's beyond that. You can't be mad at the black people anymore. You gotta be mad at your own people. Shit is changing. You know, I think now we need to get back to the old times when we protest against, you know, real injustice and real inhumanities. You know what I'm saying? Inhumane shit. We should really rally up and protest for that. We should protest for the inhumane treatments that a lot of people are getting inside of the states of America. You know, we should rally and protest for the migration problem that we're having that's overflowing, you know, airports and places like this. We should rally and protest for all that shit. We should rally and protest against taxes and stuff that are constantly being raised. You know, as a people, we need to come together. There's no reason that, you know, we should be coming together and making signs for other countries when we have a shitload of problems, man. You know, we have a shitload of problems. A lot of us live in this country, right? A lot of us live in this country and have racist grandparents, great grandparents, great great grandparents, and they still don't give a shit on how they can justify or how they can even attempt to change their train of thought. They're not trying to change the world. They don't give a fuck. They grew up with their, you know, their relatives who were racist. And I'm not trying to say they grew up racist. They knew how to, you know, differentiate what their relatives saw as, you know, not good. And then they grew up to see that, you know, this is the right way. And I mean a lot of people like that. But again, it's like, you know, come on. You're not changing your family's views and thoughts. You're just still living with them. Of course, I'm not telling you to stop hanging out with your relatives. That sounds stupid. But at some point, you gotta tell your relatives, like, come on, man. All right, yeah, racism was a thing back then, but come on. Are you still mad? You know, what are you mad about? Black people didn't raise the minimum wage. Where were they at when? What button did they have to press to raise that? Black people didn't raise the property taxes. They sure didn't. Black people didn't raise the the what do you call it? The FICO tax or whatever the IRS tax. They didn't raise none of this. Black people didn't do none of that shit. You know. So again, a lot of these people have racist people in their family, man. They don't give a fuck. Their parents and relatives are racist. They're like, God, they're racist. So what? I still love them. As you should. You should still love them. But you should be a detrimental person to your family where you should stand out and you should let them know that this shit isn't tolerated at all. None. I love you to death, but that shit ain't tolerated. Change your way or don't come around. I mean, I still love you. I'll say hi to you, make sure you're still alive, but I do not tolerate that race shit. I will not tolerate it. You know? That's just my opinion on how I would go with it. Because it doesn't make any sense, you know. As a country, we have to stand united. If we don't stand united with our own people, And what the fuck are we standing for? You know, I don't care who we let in. All I care is about whoever we do let in has to now understand that they're now a part of the United States. They are now a part of all the problems that the United States has and has to help us along with the rest of the fucking world, the United States, or the rest of the United States citizens, to help and change the United States, to make it better, you know, to fucking make it better. Like, stop going to work and doing nothing. What are you, just going out there and putting your little ballots in and making your little votes and then calling it a fucking day and then posting it with your little sticker like, I voted, check mark, I voted. Like, who gives a fuck you voted? You voted? Thank goodness you voted. And he paid taxes? Thank God. Whoop-de-doo. Now, what is that going to change? Is that really going to change anything? Are you going out there making your voice heard? You know what I mean? Do people really hear your voice? Or are you just fucking content with the issues at hand? Your train system suck. You're like, fuck it. I'm going to still ride it. Fuck it. The train system sucks and then they raise the prices on the trains. Fuck them. I'm going to still ride it. I'm still be late to work. I'm still deal with this uncleanliness, this unhealthy shit, this unsanitary shit, these homeless people. I'm gonna still deal with it. These rats, I'm gonna still deal with it. Fuck it. Buses stop working. Fuck it. They raise the prices on the buses. Fuck it. Tunnels closed. Fuck it. Prices on on the easy passes raise up. Fuck it. Let's just do it. Let's keep paying. Get content, man. Shut up. A lot of us are the problem. A lot of us are the fucking problem. A lot of us are just going out there and then just going to work. You're not helping the situation. All right? Stop fucking going to work and making it seem as if there isn't a problem outside. There's a fucking problem out there, man. Speak up. Let your voice be heard. That's what it is. We've lost all Marcus Garvey type people, Malcolm X's. We've lost, they don't even have to be black, or active. We've lost all faith, or we've lost all activists. People are now activists for shit that doesn't even fuck. People are just activists just for the fucking follows and for the gram. It doesn't make any sense, man. That's just my entitled opinion. Now we're in the candidate run, and Biden wants to step down, which he should have been stepped down. To tell you the truth, Biden should have stepped down when his son got arrested. Once his son got arrested and they figured out the shit his son was doing, they should have told Biden, all right, listen, let's not make an ordeal of this, but you fake have to step down. Because like any other parent, we believe you were helping him. You were assisting your son in a lot of the shit that he did. And if he wasn't, the name Biden itself was helping him. And that enough is to just pull you out of this office and be like, you know what, man, let's set you aside and maybe let's not have you there anymore, But anyways, like he's trying to step down now and have Kamala Harris step into the plate for him. And in my honest opinion, I don't think that's good. But it looks like what the world is setting up for, if Donald Trump doesn't win it, they're about to have the first female black president. What they're trying to do is shove this shit into Bill Clinton's wife's face. Like, oh shit, that Clinton lady didn't get in. Fuck no. But we'll let Kamala Harris, the puppet, get in. And I only say she's a puppet because, in my entitled opinion, this lady has never said or done anything besides just stand behind Biden. She don't even be helping the man go up the stairs. You know what I mean? He always falling and stumbling, and then I'll be looking around like, yo, where your vice president at? She'll never help you, walk around. You know what I'm saying? What's she doing? And then you always fumbling up the words and shit. She never like bumping you like, yo, that wasn't the right word. Like, I'm all set, man. I'm all set. I don't believe we need a president right now. I believe what we should start doing is, letting the Democrats and Republicans take turns running the country. and then we can debate on the rules or the laws that they want to come in and change. We can debate on whether that's the process that that's the direction the country needs to go in at set time. If the Democrats want to run it for this 4 years, cool. And then the next 4 years or next 8 years, the Republicans could come in and then they could run it. We can always switch it every 4 and 8 years, like we've been doing. But I don't think it needs to be just one person anymore. Or if it has to be one person, it shouldn't be this high school talent show or this high school prom bullshit that we're doing. It looks like who's ever more popular in school and shit. Popularity contest concert. Wow. But all praises to Kamala if she steps in and does her thing. But me personally, I don't see that she's done anything special or changed anything that in my eyes like, oh wow, great on Camilla. You know what I mean? Let her do her thing and we can see. But I don't really believe anything's gonna be different with her stepping in. Like again, I believe if she steps in, they're gonna play her as a puppet, so they can make the changes behind her and then blame her for the changes. You know what I'm saying? So I think she should step aside and tell people exactly what the fuck is going on, so you can be like, oh, okay, Camilla's on our side. I'm not asking her to spill no government secrets. I'm just asking her to keep it honest about what's going on in this candidate right now. I think right now is the best time for Trump to come in and help the country out. Stocks are low, gas prices are high. Bring us somebody who can, economically do some business do rights for us. You know what I mean? But Biden did what he did. It's cool. And if anything, let Trump come in and then they can keep the Biden program. You know what I mean? We'll still let that rock, but with some stipulations. You know what I mean? And you come into the country, you just now that they're giving out free colleges, your first step should be like English in college or English in school. You know what I mean? You do that coming into the country, you're welcome to stay. That's the only thing I say. If you're coming through off a Biden program, you come in the country, go to school, learn English, and then you live your life. I could care less what you do after it. Obviously, to become a citizen, you have to go through that citizen test, but you'll be good. It's whatever. I don't have no problem with people coming off the Biden program. I have no problem with people migrating to America. Now, the problem I have is people migrate here, and then the people already here are fighting with people coming, from different countries. They're splitting. The government is making a way to split us up, and we as idiots are like, yep, we'll split and divide each other. And I always tell people that's the way they work, and they're working so great at it. They constantly broadcast to you on the news the immigration process or immigration problem, the migration problem, or the overhaul of people in certain downtown areas. And then when crime happens, and then it leaves the citizens of America like, see, we need to get them out of here. And then it's like, come on, that shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like that. We're now trying to, justify the bullshit by saying, yeah, let's just get them out of here. No, we need to. Crimes are happening. Why are in houses they need to be? Why they're not getting the support they need to be getting? What's going on? And why are crimes happening now that they're coming into the country? You always have to look at the outline issue too. They don't just come. They're not just coming here and committing. Everybody who migrates to America knows somebody here in America. All right, somebody here in America always tells you how they either running shit in America, how they've done shit in America, or how you can run shit with them in America. All right, so we have to cut the bullshit out and stop believing like these people just come here and just want to start problems. Nah, man. These people come here and they already know that there's problems here. Are they helping or adding more to the problem? Sure they are. That's what the country wants. The country wants those type of problems to happen because look at the time right now. We're around election season. all these problems happening are great for news media outlets to to push this agenda to the to the voters and to the election, that this is a problem, and then questions will be asked when it's time, like, what are you going to do about this, what do you want the immigration here, and so they can ask those, because that's what the media is exploited. It's all a fucking propaganda game. It's all a game. A lot of these people are playing with us. That's my entitled opinion. you know they're just playing a game, and where a lot of us are falling into the trap. There's no reason, if someone migrated here to America and they're a citizen now, or they got a green card and they're working and they're paying taxes, they should be a problem to you. you know if anything, you should be giving them a heads up and letting them know that we're getting fucked out here, and they should come and stand behind us in the battle. you know because you got brought here and the government is doing this program for you, don't stand behind the government. And I think a lot of the times that's what's happening, or that's what separates a lot of us. A lot of people migrate here and they don't believe there's a problem here in America. They believe the Americans are the problem. But that's not the problem. The government is doing a lot of shady shit to Americans, where the Americans are now realizing, and they're waking up, and they're, like everyone's saying, they're being woke to the shit that's happening there. They're starting taking advantage of it, but they're trying to see how they can advantage or get the upper hand, because we've been having the lower hand for them for the longest. You know what I mean? We've been having the bad hand, or the brute end of the stick for the longest. A lot of us are content with it, but a lot of us are just like, we're tired of it. It shouldn't be like that. You know, you coming into the country is a blessing. Thank goodness you came here and you're free from whatever troubles you were having. But now that you're here, you are now succumb to the problems of the American citizens. You know, a kid gets shot down your street, and that kid is, a black kid or a white kid or whatever the situation is Asian or Jamaican, or that's now your problem as well. You are now a product, a part of the product here in America. You have to stand in line with your citizens. I'm not saying crime shouldn't happen. Crime is crime, but there's some certain crimes that you should be like, all right, shouldn't happen. At least not here. Shouldn't happen here. You know, there was something on the news, and this is my entitled opinion. There was something on the news not too long ago, where the ambulance or whoever it is, the police were wheeling out this old man after they found a body, a girl in a garbage bag where he was staying at, or whatever the situation is, and I guess they're accusing him of that. And now, while they're wheeling this old man out, everybody's punching and beating him and screaming and shouting, almost, they're trying to kill the guy before he even gets to the ambulance, or before he gets away, which I understand. But at the end of the day, it's like, come on, how'd you even let that shit happen in your community? First of all, to begin with, that's just my entitled opinion. Don't want to be, the person throwing the stones when the person's walking down with the fucking cross. And now, nah, where were you at when the shit was going down? Where were your eyes and your antenna when that shit was going down in your neighborhood? Humans only care about certain shit when it comes down, when it boils down to it. When they finally find the fucking perpetrator, like, yeah, and they're throwing rocks, and it could be the wrong fucking perpetrator. They don't give a fuck. In that instance, it is boiled down, yeah, they rallying. What they should have said was, how did we let that shit happen in our community? Everyone should have sat back and pointed the finger at each other and said, damn, we are to blame. Weren't we watching this girl? I'm pretty sure a lot of people catcalled that girl. I'm pretty sure and as soon as she went missing, nobody gave a fuck. The body showed up in a bag, which is horrible. And now that they found the guy and they want to wheel him out, you want to attack him now? I'm pretty sure he's done this prior. It wasn't his first time. A lot of shit happens in the neighborhood, and people are turning to, that's why I say Americans are the problem. Americans are the problem here as well. That's why the government is playing these games with us, because at the end of the day, we're not trying to assist each other or help each other. Because you could hate whoever you want to hate, but at the end of the day, if we're all citizens here in this country, we're battling not with each other but with the government. The government that you're paying for and that you're obliging by and you're standing behind isn't doing your due diligence for you. Isn't doing right. A lot of shit that they're passing, it doesn't sit right with you. A lot of shit that's going on in the world, it doesn't sit right with you. You can push your hate to the back for a while and then focus on the real task at hand. You know what I mean? That's just my honest opinion. Like I will put all the hate I have. Like I said before, I don't have no hate because hate's just a strong word. I'll put all that stuff in the back. You know what I mean? To really worry at the task at hand. Because come on, man. If you really love your country, the country's going into shits. The country's going into shits. Country's going to shits, man. If the country's getting better, then that's cool too. Then I'm glad some people see it like that. The country is getting better, then cool. And I'm seeing stuff from a different light. And sooner or later, I'll see that the country's is trying to get better. It's making an attempt to get better, but it's having an internal fight. And that internal fight is causing a lot of issues, you know? And I always say that we don't need an internal fight. We need a fight against the stuff that are being put against us, the laws and these bylaws and all these other stuff, these taxes and shit, you know? We as humans, we rather induce our minds with conspiracy theories than to step outside and do something about it. They rather tell you the government is conspiring and doing conspiracy than to rather go outside and protest. They're not gonna protest, and I find that crazy. You know, I find it crazy that the government can arrest you for conspiring anything. Just the fact that you're conspiring could land you into jail, right? But the government can do all these conspiracies and you do nothing about it. You know, you can do nothing about it. You know what I mean? The attempt on Trump, everyone should have rallied and pointed out that this isn't the way we need to be going here. You know, we a lot of the stuff we do here are broadcast to other countries to see what we do. This isn't the road that we need to run. We need to go down on. We go down on this, other countries could come in here and literally just split us apart. And a lot of Americans don't see that because they don't think on a big playing field. You know, they think minuscule. They're not thinking about, terrorists or terror coming into the country and then, doing shit to deviate from the natural plan Americans have and then having their own plan to fuck you at the end. They don't think about that shit. They're like, I just want to, sooner or later they'll start to realize their schools and everything is changing, and then it'll be too late. It'll be too late. That's just my untitled opinion, Let's get into the Who Asked You segment. Yes, people. This is the segment brought to you by your boy, Ray Caruso. Also, this segment and this series is always brought to you by Zara's. If you don't know, as I've told you before, head down to your local Zara's, get your pieces. If you don't get your pieces, I don't know what's wrong with you. Because Zara's the shit. Get your girl a fit, get your son a fit, your daughter a fit, get yourself a fit. You know what? Head down to Zara's. If you don't head down to Zara's, I don't know where you're getting your clothes from. You're getting those little thrift shops. Don't do it. Stop it. Head down to Zara's. All right. Prices are good enough. The fabrics are good. You'll be all right. I went down there, set up shop. I've never turned my back. I will never steer you wrong. All right. Understand this from the day that I speak to you. I would never steer you wrong. I might steer myself wrong, but I won't steer you wrong. You know what I mean? Because I don't want that shit coming back on me. I can steer myself wherever I want to go, but I ain't gonna steer you wrong. Anyways, continuing on. Let's fucking get into it. Thank you. All right, this segment, we're gonna go through some shit and see these, posts and stuff, and get through it and see these Who Asked Yous. Our first one, this one's already been up since I started it. Oh, they're like, and you gotta read it like how they did. Okay, and cheers. Kirk Frost trends after doing a length check on his hair video. Like, bro, who asked you to get hair? How old are you to be announcing and putting that shit on Instagram? Like, you got money, you know what I'm saying? You in a different status. Us broke people don't give a fuck that you got hair. Who asked you? Huh, Kirk Frost? No disrespect. Good guy. I've never met you. Seen you on Love and Hip Hop a few times. But I could care less if you got hair, don't got hair. I didn't care about your hair yourself. I didn't care about your bald head ass when you ain't have hair. When he was rocking this half a Caesar or this half of whatever you call it. It wasn't even a one. You got a half. You know what I mean? We knew you was going bald. You probably went out there to the islands and got the treatment, but it's okay if you did. I ain't hating. I ain't knocking. I'm just saying who asked you. All right. I'm probably sure your little shorties are like, oh my God, I need you to have dreads or yo, son, keep it to yourself. Don't post it. We don't need to see it. And who asked you? All right, moving on. Tracy T reacts after Cash Doll shares this update about their relationship. Who asked you? Who's Cash Doll, anyways, for us to be asking her about her relationship with someone named Tracy T? Yo, son, I don't care. Who asked you? I don't even care who you date, shorty. Date whoever you want to date. All right. Next, hot up. This is hot. Oh, hold up, my phone. Hold up. Camilla Harris's ex-boyfriend, Montel Williams. The Montel Williams, like the Montel Williams from the show? The nigga that be doing the loans to him? Montel Williams speaks out after report alleged he doesn't endorse her for president. I don't normally click on these, but let me see if it's Montel. It is Montel. Damn, Montel dated Camilla? Oh shit. Damn, but who asked you, Montel? Ain't nobody, son, who asked Montel if he's supporting his ex to run for, if he's endorsing his ex for president? Like, nobody asked you, blood. Nobody asked you, gangster. Look at cuz out here with the baldy. You see, sometimes you gotta accept the baldy for what it is and just be a bald head man. You know what I mean? But nobody cares if you don't endorse Camilla. You know what I'm saying? Camilla Harris. Nobody cares. I don't even know why they asked you, to be honest. They should have kept that to themselves. They should have asked you, why don't you do any more shows? What's up with them bank loans? How can I get mine given, forgiven? I swear he was doing some type of loans, payday loans, or whatever he was doing, Montel. Anyways, continuing on. OT Genesis responds after Malika Hack throws shade at him for discussing their co-parenting relationship. Yo, shorty, who asked you to throw shade at your baby daddy about co-parenting? And then OT, why you even respond, man? You see, I fucks with OT too, man. I amongst a lot of people don't even, they ain't even listen to OT, but I bumps OT heavy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when they're gonna come out with some new shit, but I used to bump OT Genesis hard all the time. Pause. But I don't know why you respond to it, man. Because who asked her? Who asked her? And I wouldn't even respond to any of that. They be baiting you in. A lot of these people are baiters. You know what I mean? Callie trends after seemingly announcing she's pregnant on social media. Who asked you? Huh? Who asked her? Laura Trump talks gun violence issues under Trump administration and more at the Republican National Convention. Okay. But who asked you? All right. Who asked you? Let's see. Let's go through this. I'm pretty sure we're done with this one. This screen is. This is done. I don't know what's going on with the shade. But mine. Let's go through World Star. Crashing out. Former NBA player Sebastian Telfair on the time Kobe Bryant cheated on Vanessa plus Steven Jackson responds, yo, son, who asked you? Whoever the broadcaster was, who made the podcast to situate himself to ask you these questions so you can say these things, yo, man, you should fire him. You should just be like, yo, we shouldn't do no more podcasts. Because on the real, who asked you to tell us about when Kobe cheated on Vanessa? Who wanted to know that? Who asked you, bro? Keep that shit to yourself. All right, moving on. The more you know. The reason why planes avoid flying over the Pacific Ocean, yeah, because they actually get lost and never come the fuck back. All right, who doesn't know that by now? A lot of fucking planes went over there and they lost. They ain't never come back. All right, let's go through this. Relationship over. Dude confronts his girlfriend after finding out she got a train ran on her before being with her. Bruh, who actually in that relationship? You like trains? It's not like she had the train run yesterday. You know what's up with people nowadays? You was with the chick already, eating her twat whopper. You know what I mean, front to back. You done licked 6 man them, 10 man them, probably 15 man them. Damn, you know, you probably yo son. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Keep her, because who asked you? Who asked you to find out in the first place? You know, if you didn't know that before you met her, it's dead. If you didn't know that before you met the chick, then that's dead. It don't count. It count, but it don't count because you're supposed to do your homework on these women before you get with her. All right, and then now you wanna confront her on the gram or confront her on the internet. You know, so everyone can see who asked you to do that. You're lame. Moving on. I'm saying that's corny. It shouldn't be trendy. Okay. Let's see. Female MMA fighter gets rocked after trying to confront her opponent during interview. Who asked you to do that? That's insane. Yeah, look at it. We were just talking about that. Yeah, I can't believe it. I didn't know he was going out with Martel. Candace Owens says Camilla Harris slept her way to the top as she reacts to Joe Biden dropping out of the presidential race. Yo, Candace, you know what's crazy? I fuck with Candace Owens. You know what I mean? I fuck with Candace Owens because she be just saying shit sometimes, and sometimes I be saying shit too. But at the same breath, I'd be like, "Yo, Candace, who asked you?" Like she does a lot of shit, and I'd be like, "You do a lot of good other work." But sometimes, yo, sis, who asked you? Who asked you, sis? Like, come on. Man, who asked you? No one asked you, and no one really wants to know what you think or why you even have an opinion on that. I'm pretty sure people like, yo, no one wants to know why I have an opinion, but fuck them. I have an opinion because my opinion matters. All right, God sent me to let you know my opinion matters. You should listen to what I say sometimes. I ain't saying that you should follow what I'm saying. I'm just saying you should listen to because a lot of the stuff I say is beneficial for you. It's good for your heart and your mind. You know what I mean? Instant karma. Dude steals phone from elderly man and meets his demise. I hope he do meet his demise. I hope he met his demise. Because why would you steal from an elderly man? Who asked you to do that? The man them is already elderly. He's already in a fucked up state. He's old. I think they should make a law where you shouldn't. The only way you should rob an elderly person would be, through the internet or through the phone, and that should be illegal too. But to a sense, because if they're old and they're answering the phone and no one's helping them, then that's on them. But you shouldn't be out here running up on the elderly, taking anything from them. That should be a crime punishable to like 5 years in prison, like a federal prison. You know what I'm saying? Because what the fuck? Why? Why? Who asked you to do that? You can't be that poor to want to do some shit like that. All right. All right. Cop fatally shoots Sonia Massey for holding a pot of steaming water for God knows reason. Why? Who asked you to be holding a pot of steaming water when the cop is there? Then then falsely claiming she came at me with the boiling water. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Heard you. Who asked you? You both should go to jail or yeah. It's ridiculous the people they do. They almost popped out. Busty chicks huge tetas were bouncing while turning up at the club. All right, well, wear a better bra. Who asked you to have them shits bouncing and posting shits on the gram? You wanted the clicks. You wanted me to click on their debate so I can see the titties. Girl, I done seen a lot of titties in my life. You be all right. You be all right. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, this is worse than cheating. Point of view: your girlfriend goes to get ice cream with her friends. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who asked you to post this? Who asked you to do that when you're getting ice cream? Like, what the hell is going on here? These Ring cameras and these Amazon delivery drives always get caught doing some shit. You know what I mean? It's always some shit. And now look at this. This is who asked this. Ohio Senator George Lang. Look, I always tell people, listen, look at this guy's last name, Lang. Hmm? Look into his last name, huh? Warns of civil war if Trump loses election. If we lose this election, it's going to take a civil war to save the country. I believe it. You know, last time he lost or whatever, when he had people storm the Capitol, he wasn't on that shit. They weren't on that shit. He wasn't playing with y'all. You know, and that's another thing. To go back again, don't be mad at black people. They stormed the Capitol. It was probably like 4 black people there watching to see what the fuck happened. That wasn't us that stormed the Capitol. That wasn't us who changed the shit. You know, come on, man. Shit is ridiculous out here. Okay, this is ridiculous. Horrible. Man stabs street dancer to death because he didn't like performance in front of crowd in China. And all the Chinese people just fucking watched because he had a knife. They should have attacked him. There's probably more of him than him. Like, Jesus, you watched him die? Who asked you to even post this? Who actually even break dance in the street? That's what you see. You can't be dancing anymore. Look at this. Look at this. Police brutality. Baltimore cop presses gun to restrained man's head during arrest. This man's already restrained, and you're putting a gun to his head? Yeah, people in fucking Baltimore, if you're out there in Baltimore, who asks you not to go out there and fucking protest for this type of bullshit? If you're in Baltimore and you're at home, just coming from work, wherever the fuck you came from, and none of this shit is hitting, your zone or your TV, it should. You're a piece of shit if it isn't. You don't care about shit. Look it, go out there and fucking protest, rally up. I'm gonna fucking put this shit up. At least as you see, I'm talking about it. But who asked these Baltimore cops to do this type of shit? Who asked you to do that? You're putting it. He's already restrained. What is the gun going to do? He's already restrained. If it's that rough, don't you just taser him? Jesus, man, who asked you to do that? And then you want me to click on that shit for the fucking clickbait? Fuck you. Rally up in Baltimore, people. Rally up. Help your mayor and them change the laws of how these Baltimore cops are shooting people out there in fucking Baltimore, man. Wow, yeah, I heard you can't wear camouflage in other countries. I heard that's a thing. So messed up. Nigerian soldiers brutalizing man in public for wearing camouflage. Yeah, that's a real thing. A lot of countries don't allow you to wear camouflage. So be happy that America lets you come in here and do whatever the fuck you want to do. Oh wow. Just messed up. Female kick streamer mocks and bullies a homeless man because of his disabilities on live. I don't know why I'm messing up my readings. Because of his disabilities on live. Like, who asked you to go out there where the homeless people are and to mock them? Like, who asked you this? Like, a female kick streamer. Like, oh my, like, why? Who asked you to go out there and do that? Like, someone needs to, as a human being, I'd have stopped her as another homeless person. I'm like, yo, shorty, what's up with you? Like, why are you even out here doing that? The fact that we're, allowing that, and look at this, 44,000 views, 2020. That's so many fucking comments and shit. And they're probably commenting that she's black people. But again, drop the location of where she's at instead of just posting shit like this. Where is she at? Where she do this at? Someone needs to go help that black man, let him know that you have a disability. Don't let these white people, don't let nobody come in here and, talk to you down or talk down to you like that. We don't accept it. I'm not even going to watch that stupid, horrendous video. Damn. Tragic. I got a few minutes left. This is already going past. Yeah, I got this. This is my last one. This is my last one. Tragic. Man dies after collapsing, suffering from a heart attack during a Zumba dance workout class. Yo, guy, who asked you to go out there and do that Zumba? You see? You out of pocket. Should have stayed home and did some compa. Compa, I have you right. 2 steps, you good. Little guyad, you good. You know, you doing all that Zumba shit. Now look at you. Man, rest in peace to him, man. You know, but hey, back with it, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You know, I stopped sharing the screen. I'm gonna slow down before I finish this stream because I always finish the stream and I don't do it as I'm supposed to do it. Like I'm supposed to like end it and then all that good stuff, you know. But I don't do it. I always end fucking just clicking out of here, and you don't even know what's going on. So with that being said, we are going to end the stream, end this live broadcast. And I thank y'all for tuning in. Even though nobody tuned in right now, you can tune in later. Tune in whenever the fuck you want. I really don't care. You know what I mean? But if you do listen in, I thank you, man. And somehow, some way, I hope this reaches out to whoever needs it. Hope it helps you. You know what I mean? Hope to give you some insight on anything else like that. And again, like I said, thank you for tuning in. It's always great to have people tune in, and I always like to give my opinion and stuff like that. So I'll try next time to make the segment for the Who Asked You a little longer. I didn't know I was dragging the Untitled Opinions for that long. But anyways, hey, thank you so much. Thank you. You know what I mean? So, this is probably, anyways, we'll see you again. See y'all later. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it all, man. You enjoy your night, sleep good, you know what I mean? And we shall meet again. Peace.